Assalamu alaikum students. I hope everybody is doing well. We are done with unit number 7. Today we are going to start unit number 8, that is the poem Peace. First of all, we are going to discuss what is the meaning of peace. So peace is basically calmness, you may say that the stillness, but sometimes the stillness and calmness and peace can also be destructive. So we are going to read this thing that how it can be destructive. So this inspirational, beautiful and symbolic poem has been written by Dr. Sylvia Hartman. She has special taste for psychology and spiritual sciences, which she has described in her poem. And she is also fond of using imagery, metaphor, and some other figures of speech that we are going to identify or we are going to determine while reading this short poem. So let's just begin with that. First of all, we have stanza number 1. That is, this wind is now a roaring, smashing monster of destruction. So in this, the poetess is saying the wind in the form of rage, it destroys, it smashes, it becomes the monster of destruction. So wind, she is showing the negative aspect of the wind. Then she has written, wrecking all man's work, which means the wind can cause the destruction in man's work from the valleys, from the vales, and sends them spinning, broken fly. She says that wind can destroy all man's work. It can destroy even anything what comes into the way, and wind can also have negative aspect. Let's look at the second stanza. In second stanza, the poetess says, but now this in the second stanza, she is juxtaposing, she is telling us the contrary aspect of wind, but all of that is not its core. That is not the middle point of the wind. That is not the integral point or a part of the wind. Its center is in truth, eternal stillness, which means after some time it's going to be calm, because in first stanza she has said that it destroys all man's work. But in second stanza, she is saying that its center is in truth, eternal stillness, which means after some time it is going to be calm, it is going to be static, it is going to be peaceful, bright blue skies, and all you hear are gentle whispers far away and unimportant. So we can say that in first stanza she has shown the negative aspect of wind, but in second stanza she is showing the positive aspect. She says, in its rage, it destroys trees, fields, and buildings, or you may say that the man's work. But when the wind is gentle and cool, it gives life to birds, and humans. We have to experience, she says that we have to experience the both aspects of wind in our daily life. How in our daily life? Through windstorm bring disaster, we have to experience it to enjoy peace. There lies peace in depth of the disaster. So in a nutshell, we can say that the poetess conveys an indirect message. She describes that appearances are deceptive, because in first stanza, if the wind is in rage, it is destroying everything. But in second stanza, she says that when the wind is calm, it gives life to the man's work. That is the positive aspect. The real truth lies far away from these natural phenomena. Phenomena, for example, we have like rain, wind, light. Everything has positive as well as negative aspect, as if they have shown in the form of wind. In our practical life, we have to face many challenges, problems, or you may say that hurdles and difficulties. All these hardships help us to become courageous, bold, and successful man. That is the ultimate central, or you may say that the integral idea what the poetess wants to convey to us. And these hardships also guide us to the real truth and the eternal peace. It is up to us whether we learn good lesson from the nature or not, because nature is something is telling us the positive as well as negative effects of everything. But now it is up to us which part of the thing we are going to adopt, which part of thing that we are going to learn from it. I hope students it is going to be clear.